I've had two requests to do a tutorial on how to build a trench system. Jim Geronimo and Death G Gear 17. This is for you guys and for anyone else who may be interested. So as you can see here, I have laid out my trench as I want to build it. This area in here is what we'll be cutting out. I have, let me just show you, maybe easier. Just taken my ruler, large T-square. It's 2 inches wide, drawn a line on the top and a line on the bottom, then moved down and drew another line. That way I have 3 lines that are all equidistant apart, 2 inches here, 2 inches here. This piece is 16 inches long or wide, depending on how you look at it. So I have divided that into 3 4-inch sections, and that's going to leave the extra 2-inch gap here and 2-inch gap here. So we have 4 inches in the middle, 4 inches on the end, 4 inches on this end, 4 inches down here, 4 inches down here. Those are the immediate lines. Now in the center here, instead of going with that 2-inch differential, I've come in 2.5 inches to this point and to this point. This would be the normal 2-inch line, but the area in here was just too small in my opinion, only giving 2 inches of clearance moving from this area to this. So I widened this out another 1/2 inch, and I think that made a really big difference. So first thing we need to do is take our trusty blade, and what we're going to do, sorry for that scratchy sound as it moves, but we need to go ahead and start cutting our lines. I'm just going to do a shallow pass to begin with. So I'm going to do that on each of the lines on the outside on these 2 areas. You can just ignore this line, pretend it's not there. And so I'm going to cut those lines. I'm going to pause the camera while I do that, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. What we need to do now is decide how far down the foam we want it to go. So if you want just the head of your miniature to stick out, or the entire sword arm, or if you want it to be completely covered, what you'll need to do is set your blade depth to that length. So let's say we want just the head to be sticking out. So what I'm going to do is lock my blade in place at that point. Then I'm going to cut down until my knife guard can't go any further. And I hope you can see that, because I can't see my monitor to see if you can see that. But that's how far we're going to be cutting. So what we're going to do, it's okay to saw at this point. We don't have to have a clean edge on the inside. We're going to do that on all of the lines that we made our initial guide with. So I'm going to do that next, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have deepened the lines at this specific blade depth all the way around all of the edges. So what I need to do now, since we're doing this all on one piece instead of just cutting all the way through and using a base to stick the 2 pieces on, which you can do, I was just asked to do it on a solid piece. So what we need to do now is find a way to get this middle piece out. There are a few different ways you can do it. You can start slicing away and just do the insides. You can take a wood rasp and start sanding it all out. You can take a router with just a regular router bit on it and route out the lines. That works too. If you don't have any of those tools, the easiest way in my opinion to do it is to keep the same blade depth and just go over a little bit and start sawing. Okay, so I ended up losing an entire segment because I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So yay for me. This side is done. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like, or what it is going to look like. So let's try this again. What I'm going to do is concentrate on this area since it's going to be removed. What I'm going to do for that is use my knife, razor blade, and I'm going to cut all the way down to this line, and then I'm going to come in right beside it, do the same thing. And again, you can saw this, it's not a problem. All this will be gone anyway. And I'm going to continue doing that all the way down. I'm going to do that all the way down to this end, and then I'm going to do this at a decent angle. I'm going to come back in this way, do the same thing. And actually, so I can go all the way out. And come in here and do the same thing again. Alright, so we're going to do it all the way down this way, all the way down this way. So I'm going to stop the camera on purpose this time and finish doing those, and I will be right back.